This time point is the busiest time in the market, bustling crowds and tricycles intersect, and the speed is not slow. People who come here for the first time may worry about them, for fear of bumping into them, but these tricycles follow suit. Like a collision avoidance radar, it moves in a serpentine manner, turning left and right, and neither the car nor the driver interferes with each other. Without certain skills, it is really impossible to do this job. Chen Yang walked in along with the flow of people. Even if a tricycle came oncoming, he didn't have to be afraid, and he didn't need to deliberately avoid it. Otherwise it would affect the opponent's operation, and he would be wronged if he bumped into it. The outer rows of the market are full of large stalls, and almost every stall has a large or small truck parked. Groups of hawkers surround the trucks, usually in groups of 2, and one gets on the truck to grab goods. One picks up at the bottom, and then waits for the goods to be weighed, and pays after the weights are weighed, and the tricycle waiting next to it will come to pick up the goods immediately. There is no need to bargain at all. As long as you report the slogan of the goods, they will deliver them to the door as quickly as possible. After delivery, you can settle the freight. Even if no one is at the stall, the puller can wait until the work is over before collecting the money. No one in the whole market will dare to default. Groups of people come and leave quickly after taking the goods, and the next group of people picks up again. It looks noisy and disorderly, but there is no mistake at all. This is their order rule. Hands are fast, hands are slow, and the process is simple. Crude, but effective. Continue to walk in for more than 10 minutes, and you will arrive at the small stall. Corresponding to the outside, this is the place where the goods are received and sorted. If you are quick, the goods have already been sorted. Bags of vegetables or boxes of fruit are neatly stacked in a straight line, extending from the edge of the stall to the innermost. If there is a lot of purchase, the extra goods will be stacked at the back, so that the I shape becomes a T shape. Wait for the small vegetable vendors in the city, or the purchasers of hotels and restaurants to come to buy goods. Chen Yang was going to go around the whole market today, so he didn't call his parents. He walked around with his hands in his pockets and walked around 2 streets in a short while. He noticed that 2 of the stalls posted information on the transfer of wangpo. It seems that after the fermentation in the first half of the year, many shop owners have begun to be unable to sit still, and the owner of the stall rented by my aunt is one of them. 1. In fact, if you really want to buy a stall, the best time should be 2 months later, that is, September and October. At that time, the rumors have reached their peak. It seems that the notice of relocation will come down at any time, and hundreds of stalls will transfer information. The market bulletin boards were full, and the prices at the stalls were also reduced to the lowest. It looked like the market would close down at any time. After that, the rumors in November broke and bottomed out. The price of the shop on that day exceeded the previous one, and a large number of pending sales orders were withdrawn. But Chen Yang does not intend to buy only one stall. If he only buys one stall, he will earn double the money if he dies. Here, scan the goods as much as possible, especially this small stall, which is in a state of being hard to find all year round, and is the most popular, so he needs time to plan in advance. Chen Yang was still walking and observing in the market. The small stalls were divided according to the different categories. The outermost one near the big one was the fruit section, the middle was the fresh vegetable section, and the innermost was the dry goods section. The large stalls outside basically constitute the pattern of the entire fruit and vegetable market. In addition, on the opposite side of the main road outside, there are 2 large wholesale markets, both of which are run by this village. One is a meat and poultry market that focuses on meat, and the other is a seafood and aquatic products market that focuses on aquatic products. Ancillary markets such as tea, wine, and frozen products constitute a whole distribution center for food wholesale, as well as numerous ancillary industrial areas such as logistics and advertising. There is a fruit and vegetable wholesale market here. Having said so much, in fact, there is nothing more than one meaning, that is, the wholesale market in this area is very mature, with a stable supply chain and customers. If the market is to be relocated to other places, let alone completely lost, the customer will lose a small half. It is not impossible. Because there is more than one wholesale market in the urban area, and the new markets are generally in the outer suburbs. Why do people have to travel far to the new market? At that time, the business of the merchants in the market will definitely be affected. Not to mention making money, it would be good not to lose money. You must know that the main products here are fruits and vegetables, which are not durable. If the imported goods cannot be sold on the same day, it is basically a loss. That's why the merchants here are so concerned about relocation. My uncle said during dinner this morning that if he really wanted to move, he would definitely quit, and the others had almost the same meaning. If all the merchants are the same as my relatives, they won't do business because of the relocation of the market. Even if the new market can replace a new stall, but no one rents a shop to do business, the shop owner will definitely pay for it. That's why the main reason why many shop owners panicked and sold their meat one after another. Chen Yang walked 2 more streets, and the listings increased to 5. Every time he saw listings, he wished he could buy them all. These were all red tickets. With the tickets, you can seize many opportunities in the future, so that you can soar into the sky, become a master, and completely change the destiny of your family. Just when he was dreaming, he was patted on the shoulder suddenly. Looking back, it turned out that it was my cousin Yang Yong, who was riding a tricycle, and it seemed that he was going to fetch goods. At this time, Yang Yong had already changed his clothes, but he still wore a t-shirt on his upper body, baggy trousers on his lower body, and a pair of blue thick-soled slippers on his feet. This was also the outfit of most men in the market. You reading www.wukanshu.com. Why didn't you watch TV in the house and came here? Yang Yong smiled and said, "Are you looking for your parents? I'll take you there. I'll just come out and walk around. Chen Yang smiled, looked around, and said, is your stall here? It's right in front. Yang Yong pointed, and said, should I go and have a look, or go directly to your parents' place? Chen Yang looked at it and said, no need, I'll go there by myself, just tell me the slogan of the stall. It's fine, I'm too busy to get away now. Yang Yong didn't refuse, and said directly, it's still the original place, number 18, 7th Street, can you find a place? Chen Yang pointed to the sign at the street entrance, laughed and said, if you can't find such an obvious sign, you will be illiterate. Ha ha, Yang Yong laughed, patted him on the shoulder, and pedaled away. Looking at his cousin who was riding faster and faster, the smile on Yang Yong's face disappeared in an instant, and he couldn't help sighing. Thinking back to when he first went to school, his cousin was still the top bully in the school, mischievous and lawless, and then stepped on when he entered the society. He didn't have a serious job at the beginning, and he hung around outside all day long. Later, his father asked a relationship to help him and got him into the factory as a temporary worker. Without paying any salary, he went out with a group of fellow villagers to make a living here. Speaking of which, he was the first to come here among all his relatives. When others came, it was only with his help that they gained a foothold. But with the passage of time, the high-spirited cousin in my memory has finally changed, becoming more stable and more silent. Apart from being able to give a sincere smile in front of myself and a few relatives, other times I either deal with customers' fake smiles, or be taciturn. This is life, what the fuck?